All right, class, if I can get your attention, I'm very excited. We have a special guest today. Duane Desoto with Kama Kai is here to share with us about ocean safety. If we can give him a warm welcome. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Kama Kai is a Hawaiian nonprofit that teaches ocean safety, stewardship and conservation, and Hawaiian culture. How many of you in here know about Kai?
I know Kai Lenny.
Well, let's ask him to come inside. Kai, so what do you do to keep yourself safe in those giant waves?
You know, from a really early age, I was comfortable with the water because my parents introduced me to the junior lifeguard program, and now I'm able to do what I do out in the ocean and feel like I could get myself out of anything I put myself into. All right, so do you guys know what Kai means in Hawaiian? Ocean, right? It's also my name, which I'm really proud of because I love the ocean, but it's also an acronym. Starting with K, know your limits, ask a lifeguard, and identify the hazards. Once you do all those things, it'll make you feel a lot more confident and comfortable. Don't ever be afraid or shy to go talk to a lifeguard. If you're unsure about your skill level with going out in the water, it's really good and actually confidence building to better understand the environment around you.
My name is K.A.I. Brown. I'm the training captain for the County of Maui, Department of Fire and Public Safety. Lots of us as ocean safety officers, our main job is preventative actions because a lot of injuries that happen, we could have prevented in the beginning. It's very important to read the signs because they're different. There could be strong current, dangerous shore break, jellyfish, man of war, a slippery rock, rip currents. There's so many. Please go and ask the lifeguard. They know the beaches like the back of their palm as well as the beach parks. They can tell you whether the current is strong, where it's safe to swim. So depending on the person and how experienced they are in the ocean, we could gauge whether you can swim in a flat water beach or a high surf shore break beach. There are a few simple things that you can do to keep yourself safe when you come swim in the ocean is to always be hydrated and wear sunscreen. Being protected from the sun is very important, and if you drink a lot of water, you can prevent heat cramps and heat exhaustion or even heat stroke.
So guys, are there any questions here today?
Are turtles vegan?
Well, yes they are actually. They don't necessarily eat lettuce, but they do eat limu or seaweed.
That's very interesting.
Taking care of the aina is important to all of us, and it starts with little things like using reef-safe sunscreen and eliminating the use of single-use plastics that may then end up in the ocean. It's important that we malama aina.
At my home beach, we have a lot of sea turtles and other wildlife. Please just make sure to show some respect and give them their space. If you see ocean safety signs posted, take a minute to look over them and understand what they're trying to tell you.
Who here knows about Kai? Kai, know your limits, ask a lifeguard, identify the hazards. How do you identify the hazards when you go to the beach?
Look at the waves.
See if they're big for you? Very good. What else?
Look and see if there's any currents.
So I'm gonna explain to you guys what a rip current is. And they can be really dangerous, but they can also be really easy to manage if you know how to get out of them. And what happens with a rip current is basically a river in the ocean. A strong amount of water is either getting pulled out to sea or down a coast, and the water from those waves pushing in, it has to go back out. If you ever get stuck in a current, the best thing you could ever do, sometimes the scary thing to do, is to swim into the impact zone of where the waves are breaking. That way, the ocean will push you back into shore.
Is the waves the only dangerous thing?
Other people.
Other people are a very, very dangerous hazard. They're like the most dangerous hazard is other people. Because when they get into trouble and you try to help them, they can actually drown you. You can become the drowning victim when you help somebody. Kalani Vieira is chief of the Kauai Lifeguards and world champion tandem surfer. One thing he knows is to always surf with a buddy.
The ocean safety is not only for swimming. Ocean safety could cover walking on the rocks, fishing. Every beach has its particular hazards. Like on the South Shore, we have a lot of rocky coastlines, so you might have a lot of first aids or a lot of cuts. And on the North Shore, we have more rip currents, more bigger surf. We might have more near drowning or people caught in the current. You want to make sure you get accurate information because the beaches around our island changes with the season. On the North Shore, during our winter time, we have giant surf that goes up to 20 to 40 feet high. And during our summer months, the high surf will concentrate more on the south or the east shores. Educate yourself on what beaches you're attending and make sure you're visiting at the right time of the season. Always take a few minutes of your time. See if there's any signs available that could tell you what type of hazards. See if there's any current moving side to side. See if there's any current moving away from shore like a river.
Excuse me, Mr. Lifeguard, where should I go out?
Are you surfing by yourself?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you should be surfing with a buddy or surfing with a friend. There's a lot of sharp coral, so watch where you step and make sure you be safe out there, okay?
Let's hear what world champion Carissa Moore does to stay safe in the ocean.
My name is Carissa Moore. I'm a 3-time world champion surfer. I've been in the water my whole life. I still take the time to assess the conditions, talk to locals, have a buddy system, because for me, having that checklist and having those things in place really make me feel comfortable so I can perform at my best. I really enjoy surfing with friends. It's not only more fun, but it's also more safe. You always have someone looking out for you, and in return, you're looking out for them.
Not all beaches are the same. Each beach presents its own dangers. Let's listen to Oahu lifeguard Kainoa McGee.
How's it, gangy?
Uncle.
How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Awesome. So I'm glad you guys stopped to read the signs. It's one of the most important things that you do when you get to the beach. Unfortunately, not everybody does. As you can see, the signs we have are warnings for everything that's going on here. And every single beach is different, and every single beach has a different type of rip current. Especially here at Makapu, a lot of people tend to jump in close to the rocks or play close to the rocks thinking that they're safe. So it's important that if you're not sure what you're doing, go and ask a lifeguard as well.
Thanks, Uncle. We'll stay off the rocks.
Make sure, even though it's a super cloudy day, that you put on reef safe sunscreen, okay?
Okay, we got. We don't need sunscreen. It's cloudy today.
How's it? My name is Kainoa McGee, City and County Lifeguard on the island of Oahu for the past 10 years. My favorite way to lifeguard and to surf is pipeline. But just because it's not big, crazy pipeline does not mean the beaches are not dangerous. Whether you're on the south side, east or west side, each beach has its challenges and strong currents. So it's very important to check the signs, and if you're not sure, go ask a lifeguard.
So Keiki, we've heard from world champions and lifeguards. Let's recap Kai. K, know your limits. A, ask a lifeguard. I, identify the hazards. Our voyaging canoe Hopula is important because she teaches us about Hawaiian culture, wayfinding, and ocean safety. Let's listen to retired lifeguard Archie Kalepa, who also happens to be safety officer aboard Hopulea.
The canoe is our island. And as a safety officer, your job is to make sure everyone in the canoe stays safe for the duration of this trip. But imagine back in time, the safety mechanism that was in place at that time. I think it was more of an understanding and reading the environment, whereas today we have additional things that keep us safe, such as life jackets, radio communication, EPIRBs. All of these things are super important. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about ocean safety and our playground, our beautiful ocean. Number one is never turning your back to the ocean. Also, learning how to recognize rip currents along the shoreline. Always check with a lifeguard and ask them about water conditions, whether the surf is 40 feet or 2 feet. If you see any kind of surf that you're beginning to question yourself that might be too big, then maybe you should not go out there. Maybe today is not your day to ride that wave. Know your limits. If in doubt, don't go out. So go ahead and get some ocean safety training, join the Junior Lifeguard program, and seek knowledge to keep yourself safe in the ocean.
If you see someone in danger, follow these 7 steps. 1, your safety comes first. Always remember that. 2, do not attempt to rescue if you are not trained. 3, call for help. 4, call 911. 5, monitor the situation. 6, start CPR if necessary. 7, do not put yourself in danger. Remember, it's always the most important to keep your safety first.
And I want to ask that we all give Uncle Kai Lenny a big round of applause.
Thanks, you guys. Yeah, just remember, have fun and, just be safe, because the ocean can be dangerous, but it can also give you the best moments of your life.